Hello students, I hope you all are doing great. This is Rabia, your science teacher, and today under the subject Science, Biology, chapter Control and Coordination, let us discuss the topic on tropisms. Tropism is also known as trophic movements. Students, have you wondered any time why the roots are growing towards the soil only, and why are the shoots moving upwards and not the downwards? Have you wondered, or have you got any thought of this kind? Or have you any time thought about the sunflower, why it is facing towards the sun? So it is moving along with the sun. So is there any scientific reason behind this? Let us try to understand that under the topic tropism. So what is tropism, students? So tropism is the growth and the movement of the plant parts in response to the external stimulus. You have various stimulus around. So whenever the parts of the plant is responding to the stimulus, that is where you get the growth and the movement. And this phenomenon is known as tropism. Here you can see how the roots are growing towards the soil and the shoot is moving upwards away from the soil. So this is because of the tropism. Students, the tropism are of two types. One is the positive tropism and the next one is the negative tropism. Positive tropism is where the growth or the movement of the plant part is towards the stimulus. For example, here you can see that the plant is moving towards the sun. Whenever any stimulus attracts the parts of the plant towards it, that becomes the positive tropism. Or when the plant parts moves towards the stimulus, that is the positive tropism. Coming to the negative tropism. Negative tropism occurs where the plant parts will move away from the stimulus. Here you can see that the roots are moving away from the light, for example, and the shoots are moving towards. So the shoots becomes the positive tropism and the roots will become the negative tropism. This is one example. Now I was talking about stimulus. So what is the stimulus which is present in the environment? So there are 5 common stimuli in the environment and they are the light. You all know that there is sunlight which is present, and then next is the gravity. You know the gravitational pull, right? Yes. The other one is the chemicals. So chemicals are also the stimulus. The other one is the water. Water also acts as a stimulus. Even the touch acts as a stimulus. So these are the 5 common stimulus to which the plant will try to respond. So this stimulus helps the plant to move and also to grow. Now depending upon these stimulus, tropisms are of 5 types. One is the phototropism. That means the stimulus here is the light. Photo means light and tropism means the growth and the movement which is towards the light. Next is the geotropism. Geotropism is nothing but whenever the plant parts are moving in response to the gravity. So that is the geotropism. Coming to chemotropism. Chemotropism, where the chemicals are acting as the stimulus, which is helping in the growth and movement of the plant parts. The next is the hydrotropism. Hydro means water. So whenever the tropism takes place in response to water, it is the hydrotropism. And the last one is the thigmotropism, where the movement takes place due to touch. So these are the 5 types of tropisms. Let us see these tropisms one by one. Phototropism. So the plant, here you can see, here is a natural sunlight from here the plant is growing towards the sunlight. You can see a kind of a bend which is seen. So whenever the growth or the movement is towards the sunlight, it is the phototropism. Even here you can see there is an artificial bulb here or the light source, and all these tiny grasses are moving towards when it is switched on, and when it is off it is trying to move away from the light. You can just observe. Yes, see, slowly it's moving away from the light. Now the next is the types of phototropism. So there are two types. One is the positive phototropism and the other one is the negative phototropism. So positive phototropism is where the plant is moving towards the light. So towards the light the plant will try to move. And the negative phototropism is where the plant part is moving away from the sunlight. Like the example is the root of the plant which is moving away from the sunlight. That becomes the negative phototropism. Let's move on to geotropism now. So whenever there is a movement of the plant part in response to the gravity, the gravitational pull, that is your geotropism. Again, under geotropism you have two types. One is the positive geotropism and the other one is the negative geotropism. Students, here you can see a pot is placed in a horizontal manner. As per our knowledge, the shoot has to grow horizontally, even the roots has to grow horizontally. But this is not happening. That's because of the geotropism, where the roots will try to move towards the soil, towards the ground, towards the gravitational pull. And that's the reason the growth of the root is the positive geotropism. And coming to your shoot or the stem, here you can see it is moving towards the sunlight. It's moving up. So it's growing against the gravitational pull. It's not moving towards. It is not moving towards the ground. It is behaving against the gravitational pull. Here you can see in this diagram how it is trying to move away from the gravitational pull. So these are the two types of geotropism.